Hi. So, as you know, I am Joy Ijemawankwo. So I decided something. I decided that I'd share my life lessons I pick up as I live. I'd share them with you, talk about them, and maybe you can leave your comments and see another angle to these things. As I said, I'll be sharing stories with you, and I'll pick the stories from the lessons from those stories. Okay, so today's story is about my little niece, Tiara Olua. We call her Tiara for short. And I suspect that Tiara is gonna be an extrovert when she's grown. She's just 2 and she's already displaying some interesting attributes. For instance, she likes the outdoors. She likes sights and sounds. They thrill her, so she looks for opportunity to get those things. Now, because of the pandemic, schools are shut and she goes to crèche, but now crèches are shut too. So I kind of babysit her. I work from home, so I have noticed something about her. She tends to, as I said, like the outdoors. So if I have to go to the balcony, as sometimes I do, to also see things and take a breather from my work, I notice she likes to go with me. So she tells me I want to go, maybe lifts her hand or tries to push the door, signaling that I should open the door to allow her come join me at the balcony. But that's not the interesting thing. That's not the life lesson. The interesting thing, the life lesson, is that if I open the door for her, as when I do, like okay, inviting her to join me at the balcony, there's something funny she does. Usually, because of boredom, she picks anything. It might be a pen, it might be a belt, it might be somebody's shoe, it might be an empty bottle, whatever it is that catches her fancy. She picks up these things and bring them and plays with them in ways only her understand. So the funny thing now is this: when she tells me to allow her join me at the balcony, there's something she does. She leaves me with the door open and goes back to where her playthings are, and she picks them up. Each one of them, she leaves no one behind. She picks them up, all of them, and takes them with her as she's coming to join me at the balcony. It's so interesting what she does. She looks at me like, wait for me. That's the gaze she gives me, wait for me. And she goes and picks up all these things and she joins me at the balcony. Now, the funny thing is, when she gets to the balcony, she might play with them, she might not play with them. But either way, she comes prepared. She comes with her entertainment. She comes with her own whatever is going to keep her company. She comes with what she's familiar with. And why is that a life lesson for me? I just think that we should learn to be prepared so we don't depend on others for entertainment. We don't depend on others to keep us what's the word, from being bored. We don't depend on others to keep us company. It is necessary. If you go out and you meet an interesting fellow and you will have intellectual conversations which keep you excited, good and fine. But in case you don't, go with something that keeps you company. It might be a book, it might be your music, it might be a twine you love playing with, whatever it is. But either way, don't go on a journey. Don't follow your heart and let chance give you the entertainment you know is important to you. Now, this may not be important to some people. They may not understand why consider this a life lesson. But I'm a kind of person who get bored with people easily. If you don't have an interesting conversation for me, it bores me, and before you know it, I'm almost regretting hanging out with you if we are hanging out. So being that kind of person, knowing who I am, it's best for me I go with my music, my book, or whatever it is that reminds me that I am not bored. I fear boredom. I literally fear boredom. So it's a life lesson for me. She taught me that I might go out, I read books, I love music, but there are times I go out and I don't get prepared. I don't go prepared, and when I get there, I'm disappointed. I'm pissed off. I'm getting angry and getting um, grouchy just because I'm bored, and it's a bad thing. So she taught me that instead of you going there and getting disappointed, why not go with a bit of home? Why not travel? Go with something that reminds you of home, that keeps you happy, keeps you company. So you are not without home wherever you are. You don't feel out of place. You're comfortable with yourself. You don't feel like something is wrong with the world. And that lesson is one of my life lessons. So Tiara has taught me, by just me observing her, I have learned that always travel with a bit of home. So for those watching, I hope somehow this has taught you something and reminds you that it is necessary you travel with a bit of home, so you don't feel out of place, so you don't feel like you are the wrong place, because you've got home with you. And it makes that wherever you go, you can find happiness because you're with home. So I'll see you next time with my next live lesson. Take care. Bye.